Hi, everybody. As soon as I learned about this informative speech, I didn't think I was going to be able to find any kind of special events or anything interesting that happened during the month and year of my birthday. But I actually found a lot of stuff that happened, and I was really surprised. Usually, when people ask me what's something interesting about you, I always use the fact that I was born on Valentine's Day because I don't think it's that common of a birthday, and it's always fun to let people know that you were born on a holiday. Um, so I was born on February 14th, 1992. So I went to do some research and tried to discover anything special or interesting that happened during that month and year. And I actually did find a lot. The first thing I found interesting was that Barry Bonds signed a contract for 4.7 million, and that seems like a lot today, but I'm sure it seemed like a whole lot more way back when. But after looking into it further, I found out that today Alex Rodriguez got offered a contract for 275 million. So you can see the huge difference that happened over those 20 years. They get paid so much more these days compared to how it was back then, which is crazy just to play baseball and other sports to be paid that much. Another thing I found was Mike Tyson testifying in his rape trial. I honestly didn't know that he was ever put to trial for rape or sent away for rape. So I found that interesting to learn. His victim was 18-year-old Desiree Washington, and he was supposed to serve for 6 years at the minimum, but he ended up getting out 3 years later. And after seeing him in like the Hangover movies and everything, I found it really interesting to learn that he cleaned himself up and got to a better place after that horrible incident. The next fact I found was that the 100th episode of Cops aired on Fox, and I picked this fact because Cops is probably my favorite show ever. I watch it all the time. I've probably seen like every single episode, and I always wanted to be a cop growing up just from watching it. But I changed my mind after seeing what some of them go through and how scary it can be to be faced with different kind of criminals. The Cops show first aired in 1989, and it's crazy to think that it's still on. It's actually one of the longest running television programs, and you can still watch it today on TV, which is crazy. And of course, everyone knows the theme song Bad Boys. The next couple facts I found were Jeffrey Dahmer was found sane and guilty of killing 15 boys. Everyone knows about this. Everyone knows about Dahmer and how sick he was, and it's a good thing that he was finally caught and put away. And I also learned that Tiger Woods became the youngest PGA golfer in 35 years at age 16. And I did not know that he was that young when he first started, especially watching him today golf and everything. It's crazy to think that he's been doing it for that long. I also found out that gas was 126 a gallon. Like, ugh, I wish it was still that cheap. That would be great. And then that was pretty much all the facts that I found that were interesting. I also found a little clip on YouTube from the news in 1992, which was really interesting to watch and see how different it was back then compared to today, and how they didn't have like iPads like this to read off of like people do on the news today. They didn't have all this other technical stuff. So those were some of the events and facts I found interesting, and I can't wait to look back 20 years from now and see how much has changed from today into the future. And that's about it. Thanks.